In this video, I'm going to show you how to make some more kind of fun and interesting charts as well. So I would say, from a math person, I tend to like probably the more boring charts. I like my bar charts or my column charts, my line graphs, my scatter plots, and things like that. But sometimes you want to have a little bit more fun. So in this video, I just want to show you what a funnel chart looks like. So I'm in the same file, but I'm over on the donor sources worksheet. You want to be careful. The worksheets all have kind of similar names: donor, donations, donor sources, etc. So we're on the donor sources worksheet. You may have to click through the different sheets here. And what we're going to do is we're going to select our information here. So I have a table already created with our key donor amounts. So 250, 500, 1,000, etc., and how many of each of those donations we've received. So we're narrowing down to specific donations here, right? So this doesn't include anything that does not fit into one of these categories. But I'd like to maybe just create what's called a funnel chart or a funnel graphic to see what this looks like. And it's called the funnel chart because it does actually look like a funnel. So I'm going to select my data. I'm going to go up to Insert and go to Recommended Charts. Now, again, some of your main charts are going to come first here, but if you don't see, this is your funnel chart right here. If you don't see a funnel chart, you're going to click All Charts, and then you will see that funnel one at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And then this is going to be our funnel chart. So let's just move this down a little bit. Now, I'll let you kind of go through a lot of this in your text as well. So it does ask you to move the chart to a different worksheet as well here. And we can, again, change some of the features. So for instance, maybe you want to change the color. I can go up here and change the colors. Your book suggests using the third color palette here. So that will change that. You can resize, of course, make this wider, make it smaller, etc., whatever you need to do here. And then, of course, we can go in and change our titles as well. So what we're seeing here in our funnel chart, again, it's just a visual to show us that there were 173 $250 donations, 138 $500 donations, etc. So you can see that there's more donations at smaller amounts and then fewer donations at larger amounts here. I'm going to do another funnel chart now as well. So this time I'm going to go to a different worksheet and go to my donation sources. So here you have a similar start, but it tells you the total amount for each of those donation levels or categories. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and select my data, go up to Insert, into Recommended Charts. Now my funnel chart is popping up now because I've been using it, but if you don't see it, it is always under All Charts. So I'm going to click that funnel chart here and hit OK. And again, I'll let you practice at home just editing, right? We can go in and change our title. Again, you can come up here and change your color so that it matches your table and your aesthetic that you're going for here. And you can see that the funnel is based off of the table on the left here. So the first category is 250, and then 500, 1,000, and so on. It's in the same order as it was before. But the reason why the funnel is reversed is because you have smaller amounts up top, whereas you have more amounts on the bottom. In the previous one, right, we had more or higher numbers up top versus lower numbers in the bottom. So it's going to be based on how that data is entered. And again, if you want to see more of these features, you can always increase that width until you get a wide enough bar there that actually shows that top amount as well. So again, these charts are a little bit more fun, a little bit more creative, and they're just a different way to represent data. So if you really want to show the different levels and how they're affected, this is a nice chart that you can use. One last thing that you can kind of check out in your text, and this is actually already created for you on the dashboard page, is this thermometer chart over here. It's a little bit off center. So Excel does not have a thermometer chart. A lot of places like these if they're trying to fundraise and reach their goal. So if you read through your text, it actually shows you can see it here, that what they did is they entered their information instead in a different way. So they kind of manipulated what was going on here, and they used a stacked column chart instead. And then they were able to kind of play around with the different styles, change their axes and use a percentage here to show that we've met 57% of our donations, and obviously we need to go further. So they sort of manipulated what they had available in Excel. So we use, just a column chart and, that kind of stacking feature. And then once they had what they wanted it to look like, they went in and added this circle on top, just a filled in circle to make it look like a thermometer. So this is just, again, kind of just a fun way to get a little bit more creative with some of the Excel features, even if it doesn't quite have exactly what you're looking for. So check out your text on that if you want to read a little bit more detail on how they created it.